It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join Paul David and Kyle Benedict as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics that affect all our lives in Yavapai County. And now here's today's Countywide.
Hi, and welcome to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict, and today we're talking about Rainbow Acres, and specifically this year is their 40th anniversary. And joining me today is President and CEO Gary Wagner and Communications Director Margie Beach. Thank you both so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
40th anniversary, that's exciting. There's a lot of events I know that you guys have going on, the 24th and the 25th, and we'll talk about those later. But just to kind of start off, Margie, what is Rainbow Acres for those who might not know?
Rainbow Acres is a 50-acre community that allows homes with heart and lives of purpose and dignity for adults with developmental disabilities.
And Gary, can you tell me a little about the history of Rainbow Acres, how it got started, and kind of how it evolved into what it is today?
Yes. Our founder was Dr. Ralph Showers, and he was a Baptist pastor, and he was a person who experienced some learning disabilities himself. So at a particular point in his career in 1974, he decided to fulfill a lifelong dream and begin a ranch for adults with disabilities. And at first his focus was pretty broad, but as he networked with family and friends around the Southwest, he really focused in on developmental disabilities, and that began the course for Rainbow. They started out with 4 homes on a hilltop next to the Yavapai Apache Indian community, and it has grown now to, we have 11 homes that accommodate 10 individuals per home, and they're all new modern homes with private rooms, and that set the stage for our current program and development.
Can you tell me a little bit about the ranchers and kind of what it is that they're, what they do during the day and while they're living there at Rainbow Acres, and also a little bit about the admissions process?
Okay, the ranchers come primarily, a third of them come from Arizona, about another third come from California, and then another third of the ranchers come from all over the United States. So we have a national outreach, and we receive referrals and inquiries from individuals all over the country via internet, via personal connections and personal referrals, through just any variety of connections that people make. The admissions process is an open one. We try to focus on what an individual's abilities are rather than what their disabilities are, and we try to see how they would fit into the Rainbow community. The citizenship in the community is really important, and so good lifestyle, good conduct, those kind of things are really important.
Do all the residents and ranchers live on the property?
No. We have about 5 individuals from the Verde Valley who are in what we call transitional living program, and they live at home, but they come to Rainbow on a daily or weekly basis to experience some of the programs and services Rainbow has to offer.
Margie, can you talk a little bit about the volunteers over there at Rainbow Acres, or either of you, about? It seems like that's a big part of your guys' operation is volunteers.
Oh, it's huge. I don't know what we'd do without volunteers. We have volunteers who help. Well, right now we have a couple who are in an organization called Sowers. Those are individuals who live in their RVs. They travel in their RVs and they go to help Christian organizations, which we are, and they stay for anywhere from 2 weeks up to 2 months usually, and do whatever needs to be done. They have skills that they've registered so that we know what they can do. It might be office work, it might be helping in our learning center like a classroom, it may be helping with construction projects. Whatever their skills are, we can use them. We also have groups who come from churches literally all over the country. They'll come, youth groups and adult groups come and do service projects for us. They do gravel, they do painting, all kinds of different work for us.
The landscaping.
Lots of landscaping.
Lots
yeah.
of landscaping.
Yes.
We have a growing volunteer program here in the local Verde
Right.
Valley. And we have a number of volunteers that have come through our connections with Verde Baptist Church. We have people who work in the Learning Center, help with the reading program, help with special topics classes and seminars for the ranchers. You asked a few minutes ago about what the day looks like. Most of the residents are up at 6 o'clock in the morning because they're eager to get started on the day. They take care of their personal needs, medication pass and breakfast by 8:30, and then they have a program called Prayer Circle from 8:30 to 9, and it's a sharing experience, and it emphasizes, faith development and character development. And then after that, they go to what is called Crew, and we have 9 different crews where ranchers can develop vocational and pre-vocational skills like good job attendance and work performance and things like that. And as a result of those 9 crews, we have about 30 individuals who work in the Verde Valley in a variety of community-based programs, or not programs, but businesses.
In the surrounding community, they're out there doing
Right.
volunteer work?
No, they're out being
Getting
paid.
Getting paid? Oh, wow, great, yeah.
McDonald's,
paid employees.
McDonald's, Bashas', Sedona Recycles.
Wow.
There are just a number of
National Park Service.
Yes.
We have a rancher who works
great.
at Montezuma Castle, which is pictured behind you, and we have one who also works at Tuzagoot for National Park Service.
Wow, and what are some of the programs that you guys offer? I know you offer quite a few different programs for the ranchers and residents living there at Rainbow Acres. What are some of those
We have
programs?
equine therapy, a whole horse riding and therapy program with 2 horses. We're getting pygmy goats this week, I believe. We've had rabbits, we've had dogs, we've had larger goats. So that's an animal, a whole teaching the ranchers how to handle animals, how to groom them and take care of them. We have a landscaping crew, and so they go out and learn how to take care of their community in that way, in landscaping, and in the greenhouses. We have 3 greenhouses, and we grow a lot of our own produce that we eat in our dining hall, so it's very exciting. We have the crews that do crafts. We have painting, Stepping Stones, which is probably our signature project, if you will. It's a beautiful cement stepping stones made with designs, and a weaving studio where they weave beautiful objects, not only rugs and placemats, but also beautiful wearable art, shawls and scarves and things. Beautiful things.
That's great. So a ton of programs, and like you mentioned, I mean, the jobs out in the community as well. So it's just great. And looking at the website, I mean, beautiful community. You guys keep it up. You mentioned the landscaping. It's definitely gorgeous. So we're going to take our first break real quick. Sitting down talking about Rainbow Acres and their 40th anniversary with President and CEO Gary Wagner and Communications Director Margie Beach. We'll be right back in a couple minutes.
In the 1950s and early 1960s, the United States government conducted nuclear testing in the Nevada desert. The wind carried contamination throughout parts of Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. People living in the affected areas during that time are known as downwinders. 20 forms of cancer have been linked to downwinders, and free cancer screenings are available to qualified individuals. Over $1.8 billion has been paid out in compensation by the U.S. government. Please check the Downwinders websites for more information.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict, and we're talking 40th anniversary over at Rainbow Acres, and joined by President and CEO Gary Wagner and Margie Beach, Communications Director. 40th anniversary, as we mentioned, October 24th and 25th. You guys have a lot going on. Can you talk a little bit about the events that you have, Margie?
Well, on the 24th, that's a Friday, we have our Founders Luncheon at noon. That's honoring Ralph and Marilyn Showers and Larry and Joy Gaynor, who worked together to found Rainbow Acres. And we will have a guest artist named Renee Bondi, who is a quadriplegic singer and inspirational speaker as well. So that's going to be a really special occasion. Friday at 3 is a free and open to the public dedication and reception for our 2 new homes. We've just finished 2 new homes, Aria House and Wagner House, that will be open for 10 ranchers each here pretty soon. So people can come in and have a reception, and that's very exciting that we'll have those opening soon. Friday at 6, we have the Rainbow Benefit Auction. Love for people to come in and register for that and make sure that they come in and bid on various items. That all of the proceeds, by the way, will benefit our Rancher Scholarship Fund, which allow ranchers to stay even though they have outlived their family and or resources. On Saturday, the 25th, we have our big open house, which is an annual event, but this year is really special because of our 40th anniversary. It's the Rancher Day and open house. We have tours of the new homes and tours of the ranch out to the barn. We have a celebration including a performance by the Rancher Choir. KVRD and KKLD will be there with live remote broadcast. Thank you very much.
Of course.
And we have Parent and Rancher Olympics. There are going to be some games showing some basketball and bocce games. People will be able to buy rancher-made crafts, like I was talking about before, the stepping stones, the weaving products, those kinds of things. And they'll also be able to purchase a hot dog. Grilled hot dog dinner, lunch will be $5 on the lawn. And then that evening is the wrap-up of our weekend of 40th anniversary with the Gala Anniversary Banquet. We're really excited there. We have special recognitions that will be given, and also piano savant artist Matt Savage will be performing.
Great, busy weekend again. That's October 24th and 25th. Correct. And you mentioned kind of the dedication and reception of these new homes. How do you select ranchers to kind of fill those homes?
Well, the occupants of the new houses probably are going to be new individuals coming into Rainbow for the first time. And we're looking at several program options. One of the great needs in our country today is for transitional living programs for adults on the autism spectrum of disabilities. And so we're looking at that as a possible special area to serve, which is greatly needed. There's almost 1 million young people coming of age in the next few years who will need post-secondary program options. And so we're hoping to be one of those program options. So we'll be looking at special purposes for those 2 new houses.
So the first step for someone who wants to be admitted or have a loved one look into our programs would be to go to our website, and there are some downloads. There are some free downloads, and once they have downloaded the frequently asked questions or information packet, then they can get in touch with our admissions director, and our admissions director will actually get in touch with them and go through the process of admissions and see if Rainbow Acres is right for their loved one.
Great.
Right.
Well, Gary, you mentioned you have a story about a local kind of resident here from Cottonwood.
Yes, several years ago, we received a call from a guardian for a young man from Cottonwood, and it said, "Would you take a young man at 73 years of age?" And we said, "Well, we've never done that before, but we're open if it's the right fit for him." And so they came over for several visits to the ranch, different programs we had going on, a concert series, a choir concert, and things like that. And Tony decided he really liked to come to Rainbow. And all these years, Tony had lived at home with a family member or with a live-in caregiver, and those options just didn't exist anymore. And so his guardian was looking for an option like Rainbow. So his last pre-move-in visit was a choir concert, and Tony said, "I want to be up there in the choir singing with those folks." Well, at Christmas time, he not only was in the choir singing, he was right dead center in the middle of the women's section.
And he has loved it. He has just blossomed.
Embraced
Going
it.
from a place where he was pretty much isolated in his home. He was loved and cared for. But here he's got peers and friends and things to do all day. It's just, he's so full of joy.
Yeah.
So he's discovered new purposes in life and new opportunities that he might not have had otherwise.
And that's what Rainbow Acres is all about, right?
It
Correct.
is.
I mean, just giving them the opportunity to get out there and do these activities and basically, you know, what's the average stay for someone at Rainbow Acres?
Usually it's a lifetime. They stay in until their physical needs are enough that we are not prepared to care for them.
And can you talk a little bit about the evolution of kind of the community as far as the addition of so many new buildings over the past couple of years, especially while you've been there, right?
Right. When I arrived, there were just a great many physical plant needs, housing needs on the ranch, and the ranchers shared with me that their number one priority was to have new homes, and that was what would make their life better. So that became our vision and our purpose for moving forward. And the board made a very conscious decision that we were going to build homes that would be like the homes in your neighborhood or mine, and not second-class housing. And so we began on that path. We began with the $3 million campaign and have, over these past 18 years, invested about $17 million in the physical plant. So we have 11 new homes and other new facilities, 2 apartment buildings for independent living and new equestrian area. So that all of these are to create a greatly improved quality of life for the women and men at Rainbow.
Great. Yeah, and like, you know, again, it's just a beautiful, beautiful community. So we're going to take our second break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about these special events, how you can register, and also where you can go for more information about Rainbow Acres. Sitting down with Gary Wagner and Margie Beach. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing.
Wow! I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again. 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
In the 1950s and early 1960s, the United States government conducted nuclear testing in the Nevada desert. The wind carried contamination throughout parts of Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. People living in the affected areas during that time are known as downwinders. 20 forms of cancer have been linked to downwinders, and free cancer screenings are available to qualified individuals. Over $1.8 billion has been paid out in compensation by the U.S. government. Please check the Downwinders websites for more information.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to Countywide. 40th anniversary over at Rainbow Acres. A lot of events going on October 24th and 25th later on this month. How can people register, Margie?
The best way is to go to our website, www.rainbowacres.com, and hit the register button, and you can go in and fill out what you want to attend and set up for payment. Most of these do require payment. And even if you're only coming to the open house, we would love for you to register and let us know if you're going to have the hot dog meal. That way we know how much to order, how much food to have on hand. So that's really helpful. It's very easy to register that way. Another way you can do it would be to call Dawn at our office at 567-5231 and talk to Dawn and give payment over the phone. We would like to have RSVPs by this Friday, if at all possible. That, again, it gives us time to let the kitchen know how much to order of various foods. And for our anniversary, our benefit auction, that's Red's Restaurant, Chef Ron Moeller from Red's Restaurant is going to be doing the catering, and so they need to know how much food to order for that wonderful meal too.
And I want to say something about the auction. The auction is really exciting. We've got Jim Ledbetter, local attorney, as the volunteer auctioneer, and his office staff will be leading off in that area. We have some incredible vacation experiences, including the Masters Golf Tournament in Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, wow.
A weekend in Paris for two. And then a number of other things, staycations right here in the Verde Valley where you could escape to enchantment and have 4 rounds of golf at various golf courses in the area. So there's just lots of opportunity. So there's still time to round up your friends and get a table and come over and do good by doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Well, again, a busy weekend there on October 24th and 25th, the 40th anniversary of Rainbow Acres. Again, for more information or also to register online, you can go to rainbowacres.com. 40th anniversary. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you.
It's exciting, and I encourage everyone to, of course, get out there and support Rainbow Acres and celebrate the 40th anniversary with them. So that's going to do it for us today for Countywide. We'll see you next time.